State dynasty with Coach Bryce Dwyer in his first year at the helm. We have a 4-1 record to start the year. A, like a close loss to Boise State, a big win. Well, not as big. Could have closed it out better. A win against an Oregon State team that we probably weren't supposed to win against. And now we travel to the depths of Georgia to take on the Panthers. The Panthers are struggling this year. Maybe they played a hard schedule, their own one in conference play. But let's go see what they've done so far this year. Lost to Ole Miss, lost to Memphis, but they kept it very close with Memphis. They're 64 overall, 7 less than us. Barely beat FCS Southeast, lost to Vanderbilt, and lost to James Madison. So they've lost to 4 good teams. I mean, that is a very tough schedule. And, yeah, recruiting-wise, we have been on a bit of a streak lately. We have a big recruit from Johnny Nesbitt. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, but as I was saying, we have Johnny Nesbitt, an absolute dog at the wheel, a gem. And once that domino fell, a lot of other ones followed, including Benjamin Balaga, the JUCO sophomore quarterback. Could be a huge addition for our team. Yeah, it could be very big. AJ Swan has struggled this year. Played his best game of the season last week for sure, but has struggled a little bit. Beluga is kind of just solid, not great at anything, but solid around the board. We'll see what he comes in as. But that really made a lot of other stones fall, and we had 8 commits early in the year, including a 3-star from North Carolina. A lot of these guys are from North Carolina. We have 1 Florida guy, 1 South Carolina guy, but and we're looking to add on. I mean, NC State is really scaring me for that guy, but we do hold the 11th class nationally right now, which is at Appalachian State unheard of. Look at the teams that are ahead of us, and even Oregon's below us. I mean, SMU, who's number 3 in the nation, is below us. USC, Tennessee, Indiana, all these teams are below us in recruiting rankings. And obviously, it won't stay that way, but it just shows you the type of start that we've gotten off to the season. And we'll see if we can stay hot against Georgia State. Well, let's look at Georgia State's uniforms, all blue versus all white. Let's go. Kanye Roberts really had a big game last week. I mean, stat-wise, and he just had some clutch first downs. Our defense came up clutch in the end, too, gained a huge stop for us. AJ Swan controlled the game. Like I said, had his best game of the year. And Jaden Barnes had another big return. And honestly, it was just that was probably the most complete team game that we've played, and Jaden Barnes will return this one to the 22, and that's where Bryce Dwyer will start his first drive. They have an edge rusher and a wide receiver as their impact players. We'll see. The wide receiver could be worrisome if they throw the ball around a lot, but we'll just start with a run to Kanye Roberts, and Kanye Roberts has some space, and he gains 17, and that's a big Mountaineers first down on the first play. It feels like a lot of the time we run the ball on the first play and it works, and then we try to keep running it. And this one, Kanye Roberts has uber space, and he gains a lot. 53 yards on 2 plays, and we are already threatening early in this game. We'll finally go to the air, and we'll just dump it down to Larkins, who gets maybe 5 and makes it just a smart play. AJ Swan we're the better team in this game, and I think we know that. AJ Swan just needs to take care of the ball, and there he throws a dart to Stroman for another first down, and we are in the red zone and 10 yards away from punching in a very early touchdown in this game. But he will throw one up, and it will be Larkins in the end zone. A Mountaineers touchdown, as they just showed. AJ Swan, 10 for 14, 100 yards, touchdown, no interceptions last game. And he's already starting off with 25 yards and a touchdown, 3 for 3. Our tight ends are some of our biggest targets out of the backfield. And forgive me, I will be literally 2 seconds. Apologies for that, but we're back now for our first defensive drive. Georgia State offense has 84 yards to go against a defense that has been very good at forcing fumbles, not great at much else, especially really bad at getting off the field on third down. But Collins will start the game off for a sack on back-to-back weeks, and that's a great sign for things to come. Beat the offensive lineman very easily, and as you can see, not a strong offensive line by any means. They do throw it downfield, and their star receiver just drops it. Obviously, I haven't watched too much of this team play, or any, but what seems like it's a very uncharacteristic drop from a star receiver. And just like that is a quick 3 and out for this offense, and they will be forced to punt it to who almost has to be the most electrifying returner in college football, Jaden Barnes. And it's not anything flashy, but he gets 10, 15 yards, and he gets up to the enemy's field position, and we only have 40 yards to go to knock this one in. Throws to the tight end. It's a bit of a high throw. Makes one man miss and gets up to the 30. AJ Swan, I thought we would have a lot of pressure, but that guy did bite on the play action. Luckily, we'll go back to the air here. Nothing's open. We'll just throw it at Kanye Roberts' feet. And there just wasn't time for anything to open, and they're still playing 5 linemen. I thought throwing the ball in these recent downs would maybe make them playing Larkin with a great catch. But like I was saying, I thought maybe throwing the ball around like we have would make them sit back a little more or something, but they've stayed pretty true to their 5, and there they get Kanye Roberts in the backfield, and it might they're forcing AJ Swan to make plays, and we'll see if he can. This time they only rush 4, and we have Stroman across the middle if he can hold on to it. Did he get the first down? No. 3rd and inches at the 6. This time they line 5 up, but one of them's wide. Snap to Roberts. Roberts tries to take the outside, and does he get the first down? No. They're going to say he comes up just short. And this leaves Coach Dwyer with a tough situation. Do you make it a 2-possession game, or do you go for it? And it looks like the offense is on the field. And Roberts will get the toss, and it's not only a first down, but a touchdown. And Bryce Dwyer continues to make good coaching decisions on 4th downs throughout the year. Our kicker is perfect this year, so it's not really a kicker issue. He has it a 40-yarder too, like a 40-plus yarder, so it's not even that either. Our defense comes back on the field. Our defense with a strong first drive. Collins opened it with a sack, and Collins creates pressure again. And their tight end breaks 3 tackles, breaks a 4th, breaks a 5th now. He'll be stopped there. Great gain, though. And it's a first down for the Panthers. The Panthers at home this game. Not much attendance, but a nice stadium. We blitz off the edge. We don't quite get there, and it's a gain of 8. Just missed the tackle. Very unfortunate. I thought we had him in the backfield, but that's the risk with blitzing a corner sometimes. And there we bring him down, and it is 3rd and inches, and we'll see what they do here. They're lined up, and I'm worried it could be a QB sneak, so I'm going to bring my linebacker up. And that's what it is, and they get it barely. I thought we had that covered. Just a very hard play to stop, especially if you're facing a strong line like that. But McBurrow's off the edge, and it's a screen pass. And our corner gets in the backfield, knocks him back, and Collins is there to clean it up. And it's 2nd and long. First quarter's almost over. We're up by 2 touchdowns. Collins gets in the backfield, and he causes a fumble. Their offensive lineman jumps on it, but that is a 2nd sack for Collins in the first quarter, and he's doing push-ups. I mean, just not much more you can ask from Collins in the first quarter. The rest of this defense also playing pretty well, besides that one play where their tight end broke 4 tackles. -4 rushing yards for them, and only 28 passing yards. 24 total yards in the quarter is not good. And we hold a 14-0 lead after for the first quarter. AJ Swan carrying the momentum from last week. Their defense is making him throw the ball, and he's just doing well. Sean Collins, 3rd and forever. We'll see if they even try to get it. Sean Collins beats his man off the edge, and they just dump it off for a 7-yard gain, and that just won't be enough. They'll have to punt it again to Jaden Barnes, which I don't think any team in the nation wants to do. It's a good punt. Solid coverage, too, and that will probably be his worst return of the year. He gets maybe 5 yards on that return. And finally, they go away from that 5-down lineman look, and Connie Roberts will maybe get some space. A gain of 3, but he did have the space, just the hole never really opened. And this time they're going 3-down linemen. They're really disrespecting Connie Roberts, and he will gain 5-4. And it will be 3rd and 3, and maybe they aren't disrespecting him. This time they go 4 down. We have the slant across the middle. Stroman breaks the tackle, jukes another, and that's a big loss on the offensive line. Burgess has been very solid all year, and they go back to 4-down linemen. And AJ Swan delivers a dart across the middle. Once again, we're saving our players' health. Like, we don't want, when we're talking to recruits, we don't want them to see players limping out on the field. We want to show them that We care about their safety. And A.J. Swan with a big rush there. A 12-yard first down gain. And yeah, flex, A.J. Swan, flex. They thought making A.J. Swan would maybe, like, give them a chance in this game. But if anything, it's just made them struggle. And Larkins with a big catch. Fall forward for a gain of 6. And we keep this drive going. A.J. Swan there. Smart. Notice the pressure very early. Dozier in motion. Kanye Roberts gets the carry, jumps over a guy, and he will get the first down at gain of 4. Exactly what he needed, and we are just moving the ball effortlessly on Georgia State. It's a pitch play. A.J. Swan keeps it for a gain of 1. They were just staying on Kanye Roberts there, which you don't love to see, obviously, but Cummins across the middle, the backup tight end gets in, and he'll get us a good gain of 9. And it's 3rd and inches, and they are playing 7 down linemen. We're going to take a shot here. Dozier in the end zone, and he's open, and he catches it for a Mountaineers touchdown. A dominant 21-0 performance, and Bryce Dwyer continues to prove that he can beat the teams that he's supposed to. The offense is clicking, the defense is clicking. The only issue that I could see ruining the season is injuries, which we really haven't had much of. Trying to tackle the tight end, and it's a nice gain of 10 there. Their quarterback isn't playing a bad game necessarily, just has been put in some tough spots. And they hand it off, and we miss a tackle. He breaks 2, and finally he's brought down for a gain of 5. And he had to fight for those 5 yards, I'll tell you. I don't love this where we have one of our edge rushers on the tight end, but they go up to the safety in double coverage, and just great coverage, not waiting for the ball to get there and then delivering a hit by, I believe, Sean Gamble. Collins hits the QB again, but it's Campbell who brings him down. Broke out of Sean Collins' sacks. He will get half of a sack credit, and this is by far his best game of the year. 2.5 sacks in the first half, and they have to punt it to Jaden Barnes. Jaden Barnes hasn't really broken loose yet. There he gains probably 20, and it will be 1st and 10 Mountaineers with just under 3 minutes left in the half, and a 21-point lead, and a good 13-yard rush by Kanye Roberts will get us to the 2-minute warning and to midfield. And we are really looking dominant in this one. Let's take a deep shot here, I think. Never mind. Just barely gets rid of it. Hit as he threw. No one was open. Good coverage and good pass rush by this defense. And that causes a 2nd and long. They bring pressure. Kanye Roberts finds his way open, and proving once again that he is a multifaceted back. He's not just a runner, but he also just proved himself dangerous in the passing game. But we'll send Barnes in motion. Swan will keep it himself. Doesn't get the blocks and loses a yard, but still, I think it's good to just mix in those runs with A.J. Swan, because they don't work every time, but Kanye Roberts now has some space. Tries to hurdle a guy and gets absolutely demolished. Gets out of bounds, 3rd and 4. And this is a big momentum swing. I know the game seems over, but it really does just take one play, and Jaden Barnes is able to bring down what was a pretty high pass from A.J. Swan. And that sets us up in their red zone. And he gets hit as he threw, and it's incomplete. Looking for Jaden Barnes in the end zone, but AJ Swan will scramble. And he will make it to the 1 yard line. A great run there by AJ Swan. And he deserves this touchdown. Get to the line quickly. AJ Swan. And he will get in. A rushing touchdown for AJ Swan. And a great 2-minute drill drive by the Mountaineers to take a 4-touchdown lead on Georgia State. Georgia State looking like they're going to be 1-5 on the season. And maybe their coach is starting to get on the hot seat. It's hard to start a season 1-5 and with attendance like this and trying to bring recruits in. It's going to be tough for this coach to amount much the rest of his career. And that one's almost picked by Arnold. It would have been this defense's first interception of the year, but instead it's batted down. And 2nd and 10, and they just decide to run play action. The tight end gets out of bounds at the 45, and it is A. And they're looking to get some momentum going into halftime. Hit immediately as he catches it, but a good gain up to the 43. Make a game field goal range. 18 seconds, 2 timeouts. A sack here by Collins. Oh, a bad throw. Just tried to get it out quickly. Did not like the way he released that. Coach is not the happiest camper. Collins trying to split the defense, but they find their star receiver across the middle, and they have time for maybe one more play. Their quarterback doing a great job on this 2-minute drill. We know they're going to pass it. They could actually run this ball, but no. Will they take a timeout? Yes, they do, with 2 seconds left. And this will be a pretty easy field goal, 43 yards at home. Oh, I thought we blocked it, but they missed it. Wide right, and we just hold them. We shut them out in the first half. 28-0. The Mountaineers go into halftime feeling much more confident about themselves as a team. David Larkins has had a great game. 5 catches, 50 yards, a touchdown, and we will have to kick them the ball, but we do have looked pretty dominant on defense, holding them to 0 points. Obviously, the missed field goal helps, but overall, just stopping them, we've been good. And we'll see if we can continue to get pressure. Collins got a lot of pressure. Brayshawn Littlejohn bringing a blitz this time. They drop it off, and Arnold's there to stop him at the line of scrimmage. His 3rd tackle of the game. He also has that, what should have been an interception. Apparently there's no one that can cover their receivers in man coverage. There's an example of that, and we had just forced them out of bounds at the 40, but they're just creating a separation, so we're going to go back to zone despite and it's an RPO, and we stop him in the backfield. He breaks a tackle, so we don't stop him in the backfield. In fact, he gets a gain of 4 as he does a good job to fight for extra yards there. We're going to go to Tampa 2 on this play. Hope to, as we look to keep this shutout. They fake both the jet sweep pass and the handoff. A little double play action there, and they get a nice first down there. And our defense is maybe on their heels a little bit. We haven't seen this from them. And it's another good game. They're just moving the ball at will right now. We're going to bring a little bit of pressure here with Littlejohn. And it's broken up. A great play on the ball by Arnold, I believe. And that should help this defense to settle in a little bit. They've been scrambling a bit. And he throws it, and it's a 2-yard gain. Quick 2-yard gain here. we'll see here. Big third down. They have to throw the ball. They're not close enough to run it. Collins off the edge, and it will be a touchdown. Panthers just can't guard their star receiver in single coverage. Can't get the pressure there quick enough. Our deep zone was on the wrong side, and an 8-play, 85-yard drive, and maybe some momentum on the Panthers sideline. We'll see if our offense can answer. I don't think it matters, but and Barnes was not a great return. Started at own 16, maybe a little deep to return that one, but it's okay. We'll start off with a little play action. AJ Swan will step up and just take his space in a good game of 16 up to the 32. This time we'll hand it off. Just kidding. More play action. No one's open again, and this time we will slide down again for a gain of 9. Just not getting much open in the passing game, but also maybe they'll have to keep a spy if he keeps this up. Kanye Roberts in the passing game gets the first down, 4-yard gain, and I just don't love the way that not much is getting open. Jaden Barnes comes, and it'll be a gain of 3 for Swan, but takes a pretty big hit after that gain of 3 on the 46, and still nothing impressive happened in this half on offense. There we go. A big throw, a nice toe tap by Kanye Roberts, who has 60 receiving yards to go with his 80 rushing yards. And his first rush of the second half. He falls forward for a gain of 4. And he's having a great game. Has 140 yards from scrimmage. Davion Dozier across the middle. Jukes one guy. And he's tackled inside the 10 at the 8-yard line, 7-yard line. And we are really just dominating this defense. And Kanye Roberts will gain 3 up to the 4. And it's second and goal from the 4. Heavy offensive set versus heavy defensive set. Kanye Roberts gets it to the 1 before he's taken down. He deserves this touchdown. But Khalifa Keith is in the game. We'll see if he can get it. Keith does not get it, denied at the 1-yard line. And maybe a decision here. And maybe a potential momentum swing here. Just kidding. Kanye Roberts met at the line of scrimmage, but just keeps the legs moving for a Mountaineers touchdown, and that all but does it for this game. 40 seconds left. A great 11-play, 85-yard, and most importantly, 5-minute drive to really ice this clock, ice the game. 28 points. This seems insurmountable for a Georgia State team that has not been able to stop us defensively. And once again, I mean, outside of the Oregon State game, these are all games that we're supposed to win. The Charlotte game was maybe a toss-up that we got. And McBurrows is in the backfield. We'll get back to that point in a sec. A huge sack by McBurrows off at the cornerback position. But as I was saying, even that game where maybe it was a bit of a toss-up, we had the overall advantage. So I think, I know it's beginning to look like we're one win away from going bowling after this game, but still, maybe some fans aren't moved by this. I mean, they go 3 and out again, a great play. They try to test our star corner, Ethan Johnson, and we just stopped that. But I'm sure there's fans out there that are still just waiting to see him take on a real opponent, which is fair. And Jaden Barnes not having his best game today. I mean, he's been solid, but you expect from a guy who is almost averaging a touchdown a game returning. He really hasn't done much, and Arizona State sits atop the rankings right now at 5-0, and So we'll see how college football plays out, but we can keep this up. I mean, obviously, like I said, haven't played really anyone yet other than Boise State and Oklahoma State, and Connie Roberts breaks open a huge run. But maybe we can find ourselves competing for a playoff spot, by a group of 5 spot. Maybe we can, if we can maybe get to 7-1, maybe we find ourselves in the rankings for the first time. Jaden Barnes stopped at the line of scrimmage. Just Kyrie Roberts, a great runner of the football, just can't block for anything, unfortunately. And Kyrie Roberts will be stopped also at the line of scrimmage. And just not much going. It's a big third down early in this fourth quarter. I mean, not a big one, but like a long one, I guess. AJ Swan will step up, has all the space in the world, slides down inside the 20 at the 14, and a big play by the quarterback to just extend the drive. I mean, that's really maybe him scrambling is what we've been missing. He hasn't been great other than last week where he plays outstanding. This week he's stacking up good weeks, which is what you want to see from a junior QB for a team that's going to be 5-1 after this week. And we're going to have to throw it on 3rd and long, and Davion Dozier in the back of the end zone. Candy hit him. Under pressure, AJ Swan delivers a dime, and I will be right back. And we're back to attempt the PNT. AJ Swan, 220 passing yards, I think 3 passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown, and 70 yards to go with it. And this Appalachian State team is not a team you want to see if you're a Sun Belt Conference team. Bryce Dwyer in his first year will probably get plenty of offers to go elsewhere after this week in Collins. And he makes a play on the football, great deflection, but just can't come down with the interception. We still are looking for that first interception. Collins is on some no-name right tackle that just pancaked him. And a great play by Arnholt, and it's 3rd and 10 for this Georgia State offense that just has had nothing going this entire game. They had that great drive to come out of halftime. I mean, it was a great drive in there. They get a good 3rd down conversion, but overall our defense has been up for the task of just stopping this Georgia State offense. And they handed off and a good gain of 6, but stopped short of the first down. And I mean, yeah, I can't say enough about how this team has played today. I mean, our offense especially, and Collins may have just tackled our own guy, but he was in the backfield in a hurry, and so was that other guy, and we still stop him at the line of scrimmage, so it's a big 3rd down. Man goes in motion. Oh, and he holds on to it, and he hurdles over the flailing Collins. It's just a great play by the quarterback. That it's just all too little, too late for this Georgia State team, who I want to say has their backups in. Oh, I hate seeing players get injured in blowouts like this. You really hate to see that. Collins should be wreaking havoc right now, but he's not, and I believe this is their backup QB. Sean Collins will stay in this game. I don't know why. He's not injured at all. He was on the field for that play. So I don't know why they're trying to take him off. But 1st and 10 for Georgia State. Nice 5-yard pickup, and the clock just continues to whittle down. Obviously, their backup scoring on us wouldn't be a great look, but really our defense has just played great today altogether. A gain of 4. He just has too much time in the pocket, and it is their backup quarterback. Their backups are sustaining a drive on us. Their starters could only do that once. It really does make you wonder as a coach, because our starters are still in this game. And look, maybe it's one of those things where it's like our defense knows the game is over. We are just sitting back in pass coverage every play. We're not really maybe giving our all, but I mean, that's blown coverage. And it's a big first down when they're at the 7-yard line. And there's a 2-minute warning, 2 minutes left in this game. Really, not much I can say other than this has just been a complete team win. And there's a touchdown we give up, but it's fine. I mean, really, I didn't care anymore. Ever since they missed that field goal at the end of the first half, I knew it was over. And if we win by 28 only, that's completely fine by me. The backups, we'll see. We'll give Barnes a chance to do something just because he hasn't had his best game, and he continues to not have his best game, but that's okay. We'll keep our starters and just close this one out. And yeah, I mean, that's fine. I feel bad. Maybe we're gonna hurt Kanye Roberts' stats a little bit, but we're just looking to end this game as quickly as possible. This one will hit the tight end, and he'll gain 3, 2, and likely this will be the last play. 3rd and 10, it doesn't really matter. I don't think they'll call timeout or anything, but holy cow. AJ Swan could have just ended the game there. We'll punt it to them, I suppose. Pretty bad punt. And I mean, 26 seconds. I would hope they just run this out for the safety of their own players. And yeah, he just gets blown up there. Hopefully this will be the last play of the game. We'll see if they even get a playoff here, but they do. And it's almost could have been picked, and this will be the last play of the game. Collins, really, some no-name scrub, hasn't gotten any pressure. There he gets some, and that will be incomplete. And Appalachian State Mountaineers will move to 5-1 on the season, 2-0 in the Sun Belt, and a huge win here. Tied the second half. Don't love to see that. But AJ Swan plays his best game of the year. 83%, 215 yards, 4 touchdowns. Really can't ask for much more. Here's a ball that he delivered while being hit to Davion something. Oh my, I can't think right now. But either way, let's go look at the stats. Georgia State's QBs were very successful, actually. But AJ Swan, 20 for 24, 215 yards, 3 touchdowns. He added 70 yards on the ground and another touchdown. Kanye Roberts, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns on 18 carries. Kobe Keith got a carry. Receiving wise, it was David Larkins, Kanye Roberts, and Davion Dozier. Jaden Barnes really struggled today, but that's okay. He's been great all year. Blocking wise, we were great. Defensively, we had a very good game. McBurrows led the team. He also had a sack. Collins had 4 tackles for loss, including 2 sacks. Campbell had half a sack. McBurrows, like I said, had a sack. No turnovers for our defense. Our kicker was 6 for 6 on extra points. Punting the ball wasn't great. We had that 36-yarder. That was fine. Kick returning, average of 19, not great. Punt returning, average of 10. That's pretty good. And we'll see who our next Sunbelt foe is. And if we get any more commits. Maybe if we, I don't think yet, but maybe if we continue to stack up some wins, play well. I'm in a recruiting battle with Troy for this recruit. But maybe if we stack up some wins, we can really move up the leaderboard on some things and maybe even get ranked. Kanye Roberts wins Sunbelt Offensive Player of the Week. I thought A.J. Swan was the better player, and we played Coastal Carolina, who is very similar to us. We still will be favored being at home, probably about a 4.5 point spread for us would be my guess. And we'll see how that works out recruiting wise. We have 20 hours to throw on someone. This guy, we really gotta. Oh, he'll be on campus this weekend. That would be a second 3-star if we win, which would be huge for the program. This center is most likely going to Troy. And if this 3-star comes, we don't really care. Obviously, it would still be cool, but not as important. We have 20 hours. We could schedule a visit for this 3-star against maybe Georgia Southern. He can come see our playing style, and then this 3-star Will, he can come with the bike because they complement each other. We can talk to him about playing time. The quarterback is something that we need to improve on. North Carolina, not much we can do in recruiting, really. We're doing great as it is, in my opinion. Our class drops down from 11 to 17, obviously, but we're still ahead of big names like Oregon and Indiana and BYU and other teams like that. Earlier in the season, I know, but are we receiving any votes? I doubt we are, but it's important to just check. And Tennessee is the new best team in the country. Indiana wins at Oregon to move to 6-0, and Penn State in this game 5-1, probably with a loss to Oregon. No, with a loss to a loss to Oregon. Oregon has 2 losses. I can't imagine who their other loss is. They lost to Oklahoma State. That is kind of crazy to see. Is Appalachian State being voted? No. Appalachian State is not being voted at all. What about in the coaches poll? Arizona State is first, Penn State second. Is Appalachian State being voted? No Appalachian State. Boise State is getting some votes, which is a good sign. That's our 1 loss. And anybody else like small like that? No. Nobody else that I can see in the Sun Belt. I mean, we'll go check the Sun Belt.